Hello everyone, welcome again YMCA family. I'm Chrissy here from the Wayne YMCA branch, and we're getting ready to do our 20-minute lunchtime or whenever time chair yoga class. Okay, so this practice is wonderful if you have any type of physical limitations, or it's really nice if you have full range of motion and you just want to kind of take a break from your day in the chair and move your joints a little bit, work a little bit of balance, and just kind of get things flowing a little bit, just to activate the energy in the body, move the joints around a little bit, kind of unstiffen yourself, right? Because when we sit in same position for long periods of time, things like the hips and the lower back tend to start to get tight and sore. So just some nice gentle movement is really good to open those areas of the body up and just kind of clear your head a little bit, right? Just take a break and take 20 minutes for yourself, for you, okay? So all you need again for practice is just some comfortable clothing. I have a folding chair. You just want something that's stable and not on wheels. Definitely prefer something with a back, especially for today's practice. Normally I have you sitting on the very edge of your chair away from the back of the chair, but today we're going to be doing a few exercises that require us to lean back into the back of the chair. So that would be helpful if you have that, okay? So with that, we're going to start with just a few minutes of breathing, just to center ourselves and kind of click that brain out of fight and flight mode and a little bit more into rest and restore mode, so that we're really focused on the body and the breath. Okay, so have a seat in your chair. And you can start sliding all the way back and lean your spine up nice and tall against the back of the chair. And just very quietly rest your hands on your lap, draw your shoulders down and back, and invite your eyelids to close here for a moment. So when we close our eyes, immediately we begin to tune out outside distractions and turn inward. And that is definitely what we want to do with this practice. Turn out any outside distractions and bring the awareness internally. So gently close the eyelids and just come into your breath. And you don't have to overthink the breath, just gently breathing in and out through the nose. And really noticing and acknowledging that breath coming in, grazing the back of the throat, inflating the belly, and then a gentle contraction of the abdominal muscles as you exhale the breath. So inhale, stretch the belly and fill it. Exhale, contract the belly and empty the breath. Now see if you can slow the breathing down a little bit. Maybe bringing it to 3 or 4 counts in and 3 or 4 counts out. So the breath should be full-bodied and very soothing, very soothing. Breath work, pranayama, is one of the most wonderful tools we have in our tool chest to relax. So we can always pull back from any stressful situation and do a few of these very calming inhale 3 or 4 count, exhale 3 or 4 count breaths. Take one more breath here, inhaling fully and exhaling completely. Beautiful. And anytime you have more time in your day, you can practice that longer, but we're doing 20 minutes here, so just a minute or 2 of breathing to get us centered, okay? So now go ahead and scoot yourself forward on your chair a little bit, feet nice and flat, and your spine is nice and tall. We're just gonna do some directional movement of the spine. We're going to start in the neck today. So just take that ear and drop it over the shoulder and feel this nice lengthening down the side of the neck. Try to keep your shoulders nice and squared, right? Because if I lift that same size shoulder, then I'm not really getting the stretch in the neck. So we want to keep the shoulders nice and level and lengthen through the neck. I like to imagine my head is very heavy here and I'm using the weight of my head as gentle pressure to lengthen the side neck muscle. And then inhale, lift the head up and just take it to the other side. So opposite ear, right over the shoulder. And just notice, bring the mind into that side neck, feeling the length of that neck. Kind of from right behind the base of the ear all the way down to the very outer edge of that shoulder. Imagine that lengthening and releasing. And then lift the head up. Beautiful. Now just rotate the neck. Turn and look as far as you can on that side without rotating the torso, right? Again, so keeping those shoulders forward and just looking past that shoulder, finding that range of motion. Never go past the point where you feel pinching or pain, but we're just looking to find that edge of your mobility range. Inhale, come center. Exhale to the other side. Keeping the shoulders down and away from the ears. It's a really nice movement in the very top of our spine, our cervical spine, our neck. One more breath here. Exhale, release. Okay, we're going to take that rotation into the mid-back, the thoracic spine. So just roll the shoulders back and just take one hand and reach for the opposite side of your knee and allow your torso to turn in that direction. Same side hand can just hold to the side of the chair. So a very gentle rotation, noticing the shoulders turning in that direction, but your hips are facing forward. One more breath here. Exhale, release, come center. Same thing, other side, hand to the opposite knee and rotate. So this rotation is kind of coming from the chest and the rib cage right into that middle back. Breathe into your belly nice and fully here. And come back to center. We're going to do that again, but we're going to raise that opposite arm about shoulder height and then bring it around in front of the torso. So now you're going to feel a little bit of that stretch through the upper mid-back, through the back of that shoulder blade. Inhale, come center, and take that opposite arm up. Exhale, rotate. So just bringing that arm across the midline towards that side direction and feeling that twist and feeling that stretch through the back of the shoulder blade. Nice, and release. Okay, some bending of the spine. So we want to set the shoulders first. So inhale, bring the arms straight out in front and drop your shoulders down and back so you feel your shoulder blades kind of plug in. This is going to stabilize. Then reach the arms up overhead if that feels okay. Shoulders still plugged down and back, nice and long through the spine. Take one arm down towards the chair. Feel that length down the side body. And if you're okay here, you can start to curve the spine and reach. Maybe even dropping this bottom arm down towards the leg of the chair, assisting you in a little bit deeper of a side bend. But remember, listen to your body. Don't go past the point where you start to feel a deep, uncomfortable stretch. It should just feel like a nice, tender opening. Inhale, come up, release that down. Okay, arms in front, re-plug the shoulders again. Inhale, lift the arms up, and then the opposite arm comes down to the chair. Finding length, big breath in. Exhale, start to curve, finding your edge. And breathe into that side rib so you really feel nice opening here. Resist the urge to look down towards the floor, but rather maybe looking up slightly towards the ceiling. Maybe dropping that bottom arm down for the chair leg, taking it a little bit further. One more breath here. Inhale, come up nice and tall and release that down. Beautiful job. Okay, take your hands to your hips. The last two directions of the spine is flexion and extension. We're going to start with the hands on the hips. I'm going to turn towards the side so you can kind of see a little bit. So what you want to do is take your front hip points and pull them back and scoop your tail under. That's going to create this little bit of rounding or flexion in the lower back. And then you come up and forward and spill the pelvis forward and kind of lift the tailbone and come forward. Lift, tuck and round. Come up, spill forward and extend. Pull the hip points back, tuck the tailbone, round. lift the hip points, spill them forward, lift the tailbone. And then we can add the arms here. Rounding back, reaching the arms. Inhale forward, open the arms. So what we have is a nice little gentle back bend and a nice little gentle extension of the spine. Initiating the movement from our pelvic area. Last time, inhale, come forward. And then release. Beautiful job. Swing the legs forward. Okay, we're going to come out of the chair and work a little bit of balance. So take your chair and turn it. Standing right behind it, using the back of the chair for some support. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of balance and a little bit of leg and tushy, glute work. Okay, so holding onto the chair, take a breath in and come up on your tippy toes. So just lifting the heels. And then exhale, lower, shift the weight back to your heels and see if you can lift your toes. And then lower and lift. Lower and toes. Lower and lift. Lower and toes up. Good. We're going to progress a little bit here. Now lift, come up on those tippy toes. Exhale, bend the knees, shift the weight towards the heels, but just curl your toes up a little bit. Okay, so don't actually lift the whole front of the foot. Just kind of lift the toes towards the ceiling and shift your weight back towards your heels with your knees bent. So you're kind of in this little bit of a chair pose. Shift forward, come up on those toes. Exhale, lower, bend the knees, sit in that imaginary chair behind you and curl the toes up. A few more times. Inhale, come up. Exhale, sit down, shift back, curl the toes. Now maybe we try this with one arm. Inhale, one arm comes up. Exhale, sit down, arm reaches back. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lift the toes, shift back. And come on up. Let's change the arms. Okay, ready? Inhale, tippy toes. Exhale, lower, shift back, sweep the arm back, curl the toes up. So feel the strength in your backside body here. So you're getting some nice work in your calf muscles, your thigh muscles, as well as your glutes and your hamstrings when you come down into this little chair pose. One more, inhale, lift. Exhale, back. Okay, now, we can do this with the hands on the chair again, or we can try both arms up and really challenge our balance a little bit here. So based on how you're feeling, either hands stay here, or we're going to lift the arms up on tippy toes. Sit down, sweep the arms back, curl the toes up. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sweep back. So notice the upper body leans forward a little bit. We've got a nice deep hinge in the hip. Inhale, up. Exhale, sweep. And hold it here. Lift those toes up. Nice squeeze in your backside. And lift up and release. Beautiful job. Okay. Come back into the chair. We're going to do a little bit of seated lunge work. So having a seat in our chair. Again, you're going to scooch very forward towards the front edge of your chair. Okay, and you're going to take this side leg and turn it to the side of your chair. Okay, and then make sure you're very far forward so that the front edge of your chair is just inside that thigh. And this back leg is going to come around right behind with my toes curled under and my heel lifted. So I've got this nice stretch through the hip flexor and the thigh. Okay, this is your seated lunge position. Turn and face the direction of that knee. And use your hand, you can hold on to the chair here. Okay, good. Take that arm up. Inhale, lift. Same similar flow we just did standing. Exhale, lean forward. Sweep the leg back. Feel that nice stretch. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sweep. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sweep. Now bring the arm right out in front of the shoulder, and we're going to add rotation. Take this hand and just reach reach for the back of your chair. And again, turning the shoulders and the torso towards the back of the chair, away from the back leg. And you're going to feel a deeper stretch here and a nice rotation through the upper mid-back here. One more breath. Good. Face that knee again. Reach the arm up nice and tall and curve. Remember we did this in the chair, seated forward, curving into the side body. Beautiful. Take the hand to the hip, lean forward, and if it feels okay, you can walk that back foot a little further back and maybe straighten the back leg. Lengthening forward, okay? And again, if we're okay here, reach the arm. Inhale, lift up. Now, if this is too much, you come back to the bent knee, okay? But if you're okay, exhale, sweep with the long leg. Inhale, lift. We're getting a really deep stretch in that hip. So this is wonderful if you're seated for long periods of time. We're lengthening out that hip flexor muscle, your iliopsoas muscle. Last one, inhale up. Bring it in front of the shoulder. Turn towards the chair. Rotate. Just a nice deep breath. Bring it back to center. Lift it up and add that little curve. Good. Bring it up and bring it down. Okay, we're going to turn center and then we're going to change sides. But let's do a couple circles here first. Hands on the thighs. Just make those nice big circles. 3 in each direction. So we're kind of rinsing, stirring, lubricating and releasing, change directions. Using your breath. Don't forget to breathe slowly and deeply. We want to do that through our whole practice because breath work is the foundation of our whole yoga practice. Okay, turning in the opposite direction now. Taking that knee, toes curled under, right underneath the hip. Okay, hold on to the back of the chair. Lean forward, sweep the arm back. Inhale, lift the arm up. Exhale, sweep forward. Inhale, lift up. One more time. Exhale. Inhale. Beautiful. And then arms straight from the shoulder, adding rotation, turning towards the back of the chair. See if you can reach for it and hold. Getting that nice twist in your mid-spine. So our mid-spine is the most rigid, the most least flexible of the 3 sections of our spine. So really good to add rotation into that mid-back. Come center. Lift the arm up and we add that curve. So bending away from the back leg towards the back of your chair. Keeping the shoulder down away from your ear, opening up that side rib cage and body right into that hip flexor. Come up and release. So if that worked for you, we can progress. If not, stay here and repeat it just as is. But if you want to progress, lean forward slightly, extend the leg back, okay? And then we're going to take the arm, sweep it back. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, bring it back. Inhale, lift it up. So you can see the nice stretch we're getting through the hip and thigh. One more time. Inhale, lift. Holding here. Bring the arm in front of the shoulder. Add that rotation. Reaching for the back of the chair. Holding and rotating gently with your breath. Not going too far. Not causing yourself any kind of pain. Coming center. Arm lifts up. And then we curve. Reaching over. Beautiful side body stretch. One more breath. Inhale, lift up, and bring it down. Good. Come back to center. Let's do those circles one more time. Hands to the thighs. Bring it around. 3 times. One more. And reverse. Keep letting your breath flow deeply, smoothly. last one here. Nice. Okay, one more stretch for you. Again, shift your weight very far forward on your chair. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see this a little bit better, okay? And then on the very edge of the chair, you're going to lean back, okay? Lean back on the chair. And then take one knee and draw it in. So getting this nice hamstring stretch, go ahead and roll your ankle a little bit here. And if it feels okay, you can lengthen this leg on the mat, heel down, toe up. Keep the collarbones open. Try not to round and hunch forward. Keep the collarbones and the chest open. Okay? Holding the back of that knee. And then if it's okay, maybe you can lengthen and bend. And lengthen. Finding this nice deep hamstring in your chair. Good. Now, reach for the bottom of the foot and see if you can rotate the leg. I'll turn from the front so you can see what that looks like. So rotating the leg. So getting this nice external rotation in the hip. One more breath here. And release it down. Let's change legs. Keep that knee bent. Grab for the opposite leg. Lift it in. Circle a little bit. Stay open through your chest. Rolling through your ankle. Good. And if it's okay here, you can stretch that leg long and straight. And then maybe straighten and bend that leg a few times. So getting a beautiful hamstring stretch on the opposite side now. Good, hold. See if you can reach around for the bottom of that foot and rotate. So this is like what we call a cradle pose. Normally we would do this either seated on our mats or on our backs. So here we are in a reclined chair position, getting some nice external rotation in that hip. Beautiful, release that, bring the foot down, assist yourself up nice and tall, and slide back in your chair again. Let's just take one more nice moment of breathing here. So resting your hands back in your lap. Going full circle in our practice, ending the way we began. Close the eyes. Relax everything in your body, softening the shoulders, relaxing the face. Feeling and noticing any tingling sensations in your body, and noticing maybe feeling a little bit more open and a little bit more relaxed now than you were 20 minutes ago. As we moved through all the joints in our bodies, spread some energy and oxygen. Just breathe. And take a moment to feel grateful. Grateful for this day, for the movement your body gave you, for all the opportunities that lie ahead, for just the simplicity of this moment. And then bring your hands into heart center, Anjali Mudra. Bow the chin to the chest. May this day and every day forward be blessed for each and every one of us. As always, the light in me honors the light in all of you. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Wish you all a wonderful, peaceful day. Hi, Kristen. Hey, Sharon. Thanks for joining me. Have a wonderful day, everybody.